from here, focused on my own way, with a never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare, but when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now.
At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
Alright, good evening there, race fans, and I tell you what, we got something good here going, and we're in the playoffs here, and it's starting to heat up pretty good too. I mean, these guys, getting to the cutoff line here, and the Great Lakes, excuse me about that, sorry folks, Great Lakes Truck Series, and we're at the Roval. So this week we're doing road course racing. We had Sonoma this past weekend, and tonight we got Charlotte Roval. Actually, this is a fairly, well, as far as the oval goes, it's not fairly new, but the Roval side of things is, with NASCAR, really new. Only been out for about a year or so now, isn't it, Alex?
Yeah, I think, what was it, last year they started racing at the Roval? I think
2020 was first year they did the Roval, yeah. I think they announced in 2019, and then 2020 was the first time, and so, yeah. Well, we're going to talk about some heated up stuff here in the playoffs. We got some good cutoff lines, 50 laps here tonight, and I like the fact that they pulled out the Porsche pace car tonight, so fitting for a road course there. We got us a stylish, at least it knows its identity out there, style car.
And she does look nice, and you got Jake Miller, who seems to be our pole sitter tonight here at the Charlotte Roval, and that nice looking Red Bull Mobile 1 truck.
As always.
No, that's not a Red Bull.
Well,
dude, I'm freaking out.
But it looks like it's almost close to the Red Bull wing on the side. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's got me thinking all this wonky stuff over here, throwing me through loops right before the race. I can't believe it.
That's all right. Well, they're doing the march around the track here right now, getting set to go green flag. Obviously, no cost is nice, so we'll keep you up with all the action, best we possibly can here. Gonna be a good one so far, though. We'll talk about some of the battles and the points, battles with teams really heating up. Daniel Nanny comes to mind, who snuck into the points title, who right now is hanging on to the lead over in the Cup Series. But tonight we'll see how well he fares here in this one as we're getting set to go green flag racing. Roll style pace cars in. And remember, this was an exciting race the last time we here. And I'm trying to think, is this the second time we're here this season? Because didn't we have another truck race with these guys that ended in a wild one at the finish?
I'm looking at the schedule right now, Joe, and that was at the Daytona Road Course.
Okay. I knew we had an exciting finish, so there we go.
Yeah, it was a 5th race. Elliott Henderson came up winning that one.
In the last kind of, I call it more like a bus stop, kind of, what's the other word they use for them?
Chicane?
There you go. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. Yep, last chicane there coming into it. Man out leading. Next thing you know, just clips that. I call them rumble strips. They call them turtles here for some reason. And I guess the reason being is because they are a little higher than what your normal rumble strip would be at this place. And I think that is to deter these guys more so to not run over them like you would see in normal road racing and whatnot. So I think that's kind of what the premise is to that. Oh, we got a couple trucks in the back crashing. It's Brian Fritz and Marshall Wilson. Let's go back on a replay here, Alex, see what happened to him. Oh, looks like he just went to go downshift and that car just came around on him. Ouch. Folks, let me do something real quick. I forgot to do.
And while Joe's hitting this real quick,
I was playing with some camera angles earlier there, folks, so sorry about that.
We got another truck spinning. Oh, that was probably the end of that little replay.
Yeah, I mean, you were going to see cars and trucks spinning throughout the whole entire race here, on and off, and whatnot. Good little battle right here for 16th place spots. Gavin Fitzgerald. They give us got two, looks like, good wrench machines out there tonight.
Yeah, I know that's Brandon Barkuski right there on the inside. Right there in the 25, because he's got his trademark Brandon Barkuski right there, the BB. And there's a good look at his Twitch channel right there. Go check him out if you want some
in-car action.
In-race involvement from the driver's perspective.
But we will say, viewer discretion advised.
Yeah, they don't have
Daniels again around.
They don't got a censorship.
Got a filter. Yes, there you go. Matthew Daniels, good Mountain Dew machine. See what kind of happened to him. And yeah, right there, just that's typical road racing right there. You just transition from the turns, maybe get heavy on the binders, wrong gear or something, and that car, a truck is just going to come right around on you. We're going to see a lot of that probably tonight, guys. Overdriving a turn here and there. Meantime, Jake Miller out front, so to give us a little bit of a little time here. Bring up our little graph here right fast. Alex, as we got Philip Bedford leading the points with Daniel Nanny sitting in second. And right now showing it looks to be about, 8-point difference between the two. Elliott Henderson back there in third. Ty Aikens up in fourth. Eric Kemp in fifth. Jake Miller there in sixth. Shane Nicewanger seventh. Frederick Crimmings in eighth. And then the cutoff line for the playoffs, which I'm not... I don't... Let me, and I should know this. I apologize, folks. I didn't think that they had and they do. My bad. Actually, that's the wrong schedule. Get the right one up. Okay. So basically, we're in the round of 16. So we will go to the round of top 8 drivers. After Kansas, we have 2 more races after tonight. We got Dover and Kansas. So yeah, there is a cutoff line. That's what the cutoff line means there, folks. So basically, you can see Gavin's back there, Austin. Here's the track tonight, though. I've said this many times throughout the chase. It's a kind of a wild card track because if you get behind here, it's really hard to make up ground. But then again, you could sneak in and have a pretty good finish. So we'll have to see. You got a tight battle there at the cutoff line, Austin and Gavin. So, and with Frederick. Shane's not quite out of the order. Now, Jake right now is doing what he needs to do by being out front there, Alex.
Yeah, he is definitely. He's sitting pretty right now. I mean, he doesn't have a huge lead, but at least he's sticking up front for now.
Yeah, Lucas Graham right behind him.
Yeah, he's just hanging on for what he can. This is definitely a good example of a racetrack where if you're just patient in this position, as Cram is right here, and say Jake misses a mark or something, because there's many different places you can on this track going around through all these turns and all that jazz, being a as I'll call it, a fabricated road course. But
very tough road course doing that. Hey, what's up, Charles? How you doing? So I mean, even though they, like you just said there, I sorry, but like you just said, they might have fabricated together. It is very we mentioned technical. It has some technical aspects to it. Not very many elevation-wise, but a lot of, tight turns to it.
I think maybe, I just thought of this just now, maybe they make up for the lack of elevation with the difference in banking of some of the turns, being as on the regular road courses.
And the tightness of them, and the tightness of the turns, how technical you're going for such high speed on that back stretch and all. And on those big wide corners, and then you got to slow it down into those chicanes, and then and especially the first turn like right here, you got to whoa it way down. So yeah. Oh, Martin Roberts around again. Let's go around and replay, see what happened to him. So far, it looks like everybody's been pretty good so far, and you can see right there just overbroke the turn. That's basically what I was just talking about, really. Going in too hot.
Yeah, doing that could definitely cause you some trouble, as we have just seen. Here is where we saw some exciting things happen when a big group of trucks got together in the road course race this last Saturday for the Great Lakes Cup Series. That was a very eventful race. One, in the shakeup of the points, and 2, just the overall way the race went on, because seeing some of these groups of trucks getting together, and just it caused some problems for some people, and I wouldn't expect much different to happen here tonight if once people start getting a little antsy and tires start wearing a little bit, and there gets a big group of guys, maybe 4, 5, 6 guys going fighting for those positions.
Oh yeah.
But I mean,
tires will be a big thing here too tonight. Have to keep an eye on that. Obviously brings up the fact of when pit stops definitely will be made. So far, it's a good one. Everybody just being patient out on the track right now. It's all Jake Miller out front.
Yeah, he started up front. He's holding it off for right now. But Cram ain't too far behind him.
No, right there on his back bumper.
Now there's Ashton. Ashton ain't too far back either.
Look at old William
But-
Barb here. We call him Mr. Consistency out here. He missed one of the playoff races, so it's kind of got him in a hole right now, but obviously he came on strong there towards the end of the season. Elliott Henderson hanging on to 7th right there. Now, Elliott's kind of had an up and down chase. He came out hot, dominating the season, but has just not been able to get that magic back there, Alex.
So, I think I remember going into it either at the race at Bristol last week, or it was either the race at Bristol last week or this past Saturday, where Elliott is a very good driver,
Sure.
and he constantly puts himself in the position to
There's not like me now,
capitalize.
man. I'm rubbing off on you.
Yeah. He puts himself in that position where he can capitalize, and I'd say 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, when there's that time to capitalize, he takes it and makes it happen.
I'm with you on that one. And that's the thing. And that's what you need to be. That's what you have to be a champion, is to be able to and persevere through the dark times or bad times on the track. The only thing about it is this is one track to where it's very hard if you do get yourself in a bind or off the pace, because making up time, there are no cautions to be able to back up on to get the field close. You're asking for 6 other guys in front of you to basically wreck, and when you've got, and it looks like Lucas Cram has made the pass over Jake Miller there. If we can't go back and watch while we're talking, but yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Elliott is one of those who definitely has, who knows how to make a bad situation a good one. And here's the pass for the lead. Trying to set him up. This is a good setup spot here. He's got the inside, but he's got the preferred line right here, and he didn't get him at that point. And he's going to get the thing. He's going to kind of crisscross him over and get another good. Who's going to get him coming out while they're going down the back stretch here, kind of around the turn. So good smooth pass by Lucas Cram right there.
Yeah, it was. It looks like he got a good run off of turn 4 over there.
Yep.
Coming into that little S between turns 5 and 8. And, I mean, he just made it happen, and Ashton's right there too. Ashton could definitely use some good points here tonight too, sitting where he is. And he's pretty much what we say about some of these tracks, and considering them a wild card, this is kind of one of them.
It is, yeah.
What you need to do is survive.
And right now, a lot of these guys actually are doing quite well. I like what you're talking about, surviving wise. Putting it out there for a lot of folks to see and whatnot. So, good race all in all right now.
Yeah, it is, and it looks like these 3 are separating themselves a little bit from that 4th place. A Hunter right there, and Daniel Nanny right there, who Daniel Nanny's been setting himself up pretty good himself in both series. I mean, barring the Cup race last week at Sonoma, but it's like he just turned the jets on, man, and he's just coming in, and as I'm seeing the truck over there get all smoky.
It happens real quick here.
And it absolutely can. And talking about that distance between, say, Ashton here and Hunter, who's sitting, 3.5, 4 seconds back behind this group right here. That, like you say it a lot, on a regular oval track, that's a good commanding lead.
It is, yep.
And then, but here at a road course, or as I like to call it, a fabricated road course, that's one turn where you missed your mark.
Yes.
And
They're close. The top three's within 2 seconds of each other. I mean, even Hunter being 3 seconds back from Ashton is really not that bad.
And that just goes to show that these guys, they're going to try and fight to keep those, especially Jake. I mean, Jake's sitting nice in the top 8 right now. Ashton could definitely use some good points. And seeing how they're kind of racing right now, just hitting those marks, making sure they're not making any major, I don't want to say major, but just mistakes in general. Because, I mean, if they make a big one, that could spell some trouble. We saw it a couple times throughout the race at Sonoma on Saturday for the Cup Series. But, no, these guys look like they're hitting their marks pretty well. And they're racing each other pretty clean from what I've been seeing and all that going on. So that's just kind of what they got to do, man. And that just comes into with the surviving factor for this race being as crucial and wild cardy as it is.
You see Elliott right there making a pass for 6th over Frederick. He was able to get that done. I'm wondering if that's Elliott on the back of the truck. Might be. I'd have to ask him one day.
Maybe that's the young Elliott Henderson.
Well, I don't think he's too old. Andrew Lutt's around. Go and look and see what's up with him here. Watch this replay real quick. He's in the chase himself and just overdrove the turn. Again, go back to, luckily nobody around, didn't hit anything, but just go back to, pointing what we was talking about before. That's how easy it is. And so Phillip, our current points leader right now, sitting in 8th. And we were just talking about Daniel Nanning right there behind him. But it's about 8 points difference. Right now, Daniel Nanny's sitting in 5th, so he would gain a few points on him. But Phillip needs to oh, and right there, just overdrove the turn. Wow. I was fixing to say, he needs to come out of here with a nice finish, and that's not doing it, because that puts him all the way down to 12th now.
Yeah, that'll sting a little bit right there, Joe. But I mean, he was chilling in what? Right around here before he was making his way up a little bit, but now he's got some ground to make up, definitely. And now he's coming down pit road.
And that's 7 positions. So if we're going off just 1 point of position, guess what? I mean, that's, wow, now he's coming on pit road. I think this is early for pit stops. Oh yeah, it's way early for pit stops.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they'll probably split it in 2.
It's only 13 in. I mean, maybe he's coming in. That was a strange pit stop.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it was. Watch that again there, folks. I don't.
Was it even a pit stop or was it a drive-through?
Well, I don't understand why he came down. I mean, he shouldn't have had a penalty or anything. Maybe we'll get clarification from one of the guys. I mean, okay. Huh. Maybe he just wanted to ride in and say hey to his crew. I don't know. But that's devastating because that puts him in 18th. Like we was just talking about Daniel, and who is now up in 3rd, who, if it was to end at this point, would take over the top spot from him. Man, that guy's been red hot, Daniel Nanning. I just really can't say anything else about him other than the fact of He's just been red hot as of late, and he at the right time too. Now is the time when you want that to happen. And we do have a lot of pit stops happening right now. Phillip is back on pit road, so if he missed his pit box, that's devastating. Because he's sure to go a lap down now. I've said this many a times, Alex, is mental mistakes can cost you in a race, even in real racing. And the biggest thing is, with NASCAR, a lot of the oval stuff is about just being consistent lap after lap. Road racing, really, you've got to be disciplined lap after lap. And but still, pit stops are crucial in any race, whether it's virtual or real, due to the fact of, we just saw there, one slip up can end your race pretty much, just like that. It also, on the flip side, can win you a race. We've seen it many a times. So you've got to be dead on every time coming on the pits and not make a mistake. And that's why I kind of refer to the mental mistake aspect of it. And then obviously we're on a road course. You've got even more than what you normally would on an oval, because now you got to concentrate on shifting, braking, hitting your marks on the track and in the turns and all that. So it multiplies here tonight.
And if you make one of those mistakes like you were just talking about, and you do go a lap down, there is no lucky dog, because there's no cautions.
That's right. Yeah. So Phillips now is in a hole, who's still back in 19th spot, and Daniel just made his pit stop. He's going to come back out in 5th. So again, that's just a huge there. What's up, Cody? How you doing? Cody's out there says, go Jake, Pete, Brandon, and Lutz. And you brought that up right there, Cody. Man, I haven't seen since, unfortunately, not making the chase, and that's Pete. We kind of missed the duck truck out there. I know he was a little angry, upset. But I got to go back on the fact of racing is, everybody has emotions in racing. We know that. And good battle here between Daniel and that's Hunter. So Daniel going to try to take that spot away from him. But everybody has emotions in racing, Alex. You know that. But sometimes you got to keep them in check, especially when you're trying to battle for a championship. And Daniel made that pass. Good move right there by Daniel. Actually, I thought that was a lap car. My bad. That was a lap car that he went around. I got it confused. Andrews, who he was going around. So remember Daniel this past weekend here, Alex? We were at Sonoma with a cup car. He went out strong, but then ended up, he didn't end up bad off, but it wasn't as great of a race as he thought it would be. Tonight he looks a little better, a little more comfortable in the truck tonight.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like on Saturday, for some reason, his tires fell off a little bit faster than pretty much everybody else's, for what have you the reason, and then that led to one thing, and then that one thing led to the situation you were just talking about. But here he is, another road course within 3 days, and he's still knocking it out pretty good. And
consistency, man.
Yeah, and here's Hunter too. Hunter could use these points because he's sitting here in 11th in points.
I hear you, Cody. Hey, well, that part I'll let the drivers take care of. We definitely miss old Pete man out here. Miss all the drivers competing. But, just real quick touch on what I was saying there, Cody, is really, if he would have kept his composure, he would have made the chase. And that's kind of what I get at. Not just him, but any driver to that fact. And we've seen it in real life. Drivers, kind of lose their cool, make a mistake and go back and go, oh, man, I wish I could, have that have that back, a do-over would have turned out a lot better or whatnot. So it's racing. Like we said, emotions run high a lot. So, but nonetheless, Jake Miller made it back out around pit stop wise. He made it back around Lucas Cam. Doesn't have a very big lead on him. But right now, he's holding it. Jake's one who needs a pretty good finish here.
He definitely does. He's sitting close to that buffer-ish line. Actually, he is tied with Shane and Eric Kepf for that 5th place spot in points. So a good finish from him could definitely set him apart. He's only 1 point behind
4th place there too, and only 2 behind Elliott, and really not that far behind Daniel. So Jake's not out of this thing by no means, with a win here tonight and some strong finishes in the next 2 races, which has not been what's the word I'm looking for here, Alex? Not been Jake's Achilles, so to speak. He's not. Bad things usually happen to him, unfortunately, and it's just not. Usually, it's not a case of he's a bad driver, but it just seems like every time he turn around, he just caught up into something. He's got a battle right now, though.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Joe. Jake just gets unfortunately caught up in a lot of stuff, but he still makes it work. I mean, he's got to win this season. That's how he locked himself in. So he definitely overcame some of those, because some of them were pretty bad. If my memory fares me well. But he's bouncing back, battling for the lead right here, trying to get one up on some of these other guys he's contending with in the point standing. But, I mean, Cram has a fast truck.
He does. Let's love some road racing. Samuel right there, another one in the chase, unfortunately 16th in points, though. You get the Hungry Howie's machine out there, so definitely make you hungry.
Yeah, I'm over here nibbling on some almonds just looking at it.
I don't even think we got a Hungry Howie's where we are. If we do, it might be in Charlotte.
I don't even know what it is.
It's a restaurant chain. It's like a pizza place or something. I've heard of it. Not sure where they are, exactly, but yeah. Christopher Heller's another driver we didn't really mention a lot of, who's looking pretty strong tonight. Nice looking paint job there by him. You used to seeing him in the DeWalt machine, but he's with split second. Now, has he always been with split second, or is this something new?
I thought he was always there.
Okay. I just remember seeing him in the DeWalt machine. He was in a different paint job last couple of weeks. Now he's in split second esports machine there tonight. And yeah, he's always been a Toyota. Oh, there we go. Okay, based in Michigan. I got you. Okay. Well, I appreciate that, Sam. I've heard of it. I've heard of them before. I'm not sure if there is any in Charlotte, NC, but and speaking of Charlotte, obviously it's my home track. I'm only about, I think we've mentioned this 100 times because we talked about Rockingham this past weekend and whatnot. So, flip side of it, Charlotte is, I don't know that I can get you a shot big enough, but if they come around here, iRacing kind of off in the distance will show. Let's see. It's not on that side of the track. They're gonna have to come to the other side here. We'll see if the shot flips around. Behind the grandstand part there, the huge grandstand on the other side is where you'd see the dirt track and then the drag strip. And iRacing does catch it right. You should catch it coming around this turn right here. Just lost him. Yep, right there. You see it off on the side. See those stands back there? Right behind the stand, part way back in the back's where the drag strip and all that is. So, yeah.
You got Sam Moff's dad out there saying that Sam is one of the best customers out there.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
And you know what else is based in Michigan, Joe?
Yeah. I mean, like I say, I've heard of it before. Never, obviously never been, but definitely have heard of it.
Hippie's Chippies is also in Michigan.
Yep. Yep.
Which I don't think I've seen much of Jacob Bransky tonight. Oh, he's sitting in 10th right now. He's the other
there's a good shot of showing you.
That's a nice over.
There's a good nice shot. You see the dirt track over to the side there with the drag strip right beside her. So there you go. Give me 1 second, folks. I'll be right back here. 1 second, Alex.
Right here we're watching Jake get a little squirrely there, coming out of the last chicane, bus stop, whatever you want to call it, coming along the front stretch. My bad, people. I didn't know if Joe was doing something with the video or if he was turning off the mics for a second. So I was just sitting here for a second. But as we're flipping through, watching some of these guys come around here in the front stretch into the first turn. Definitely see some battles going on. Here we are back on Jake. Looks like he's got some damage on the front too. Not quite sure where it's from. As Cram is checking out.
I was checking some things here on the internet side. Good one right now, Lucas Cram out front.
And he is definitely putting some space in between himself and Jake Miller.
Yes, he is. Folks, who's y'all's favorite drivers out there? Let us know. Right now, Lucas, the man out front. Daniel's moved it up to third. Jake's there in second. Hunter's still hanging on to the fourth place spot. As Hunter did spin, though. Let's see if we can't go back on the replay here and see exactly what happened to him. A little blink right there, and next thing you know, pops the wall. So I don't know exactly if that's it. Oh, I mean, we mentioned the other night, this Kelly Blue Book machine, that truck didn't look too good. Just a little better.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah, he's definitely running a little better after his depreciated value last week.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this has definitely been a good, solid, clean race so far. I ain't seen too much shenanigans happening here throughout. These guys are doing a pretty good job of keeping themselves pretty clean with themselves and each other. And you got a few hiccups here and there, but nothing huge or drastic or nothing like that.
Well, apologize, folks. Having a little technical difficulties over here. Just watching the internet's wanting to play some mind games. What's up, Patty? How you doing? Cody? The Christopher Heller, my favorite. Hey, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. And actually, Christopher's having a good run in 7th. So, if you're having a few issues on the YouTube side, obviously I'm live on the Facebook side of things.
And this run too, Joe, definitely helps out Chris a little bit in the points. Because he is sitting below that cutoff line.
Oh, yeah.
So is that pace car Porsche driver is taking a nice little siesta right now. He ain't got to do nothing special.
No, not tonight, you don't. Ashton having a good run up in the 5th place. What's up, Lena? Chip, nice wanger. Okay, Chip. Pulling for Shane. You know who he pulling for. Where's Shane at tonight? Shane is back in 13th. If I can't straighten this, I'm gonna jump out of the server right fast, folks. Because we got a Lancet issue between iRacing and myself here. And I am going to see if I can't jump back in it. Sometimes that solves these little issues.
I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there is nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare, but when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help.
Loading back in. Give us just a second, folks. All right. We're back here. Let's see, looks like kind of iRacing's not, our servers, man, being kind of wild tonight. Still there, Alex?
I'm here, man. Just
well, Daniel was moved up to
patiently.
second. He was up to second, and now he's on pit road. My question is, can they go the rest of the way here?
My question to your question is, can they / will they?
I would have thought yes, because there's some guys that have went 26 laps. Jake went 26, Hunter went 28. Or excuse me, they pitted on lap 28, 29. Now Lucas pitted on lap 14. I don't know. It's going to be a tough question there. That's most of them pitting within 13, 14 laps. So if that's the case, with 20 something to go, that's going to be close on fuel.
I think it could be. We might see some guys try and stretch it out, though.
An awful lot of stretching. I mean, you're asking seven more laps, and on a road course too. Wow.
Okay, yeah, 7 laps is a pretty big stretch. I'll give you that one.
An oval, I mean, well, even on an oval, that's like, yeah, it's pretty good. So if, I mean, obviously it's going to go green no matter what. So this could come down to a pit stop style race. Again, I don't know. Connection to iRacing tonight, it's just not wanting to be very good.
Because I was inverted. Had to toss that in there. Shout out to Top Gun. Maverick Goose.
Well, Austin right there has hit something tonight, but he's still running in 7th, so not a bad finish for him, or run anyways. Daniel's been on the maintain pretty good there in 4th. So he's having a very good run right now.
He has been, and he seems to have a pretty good long run truck.
Yep.
Because he just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing as the run goes on. So. Oh, and he's got a different paint job this week, too. We're used to seeing the Defiance trucks look a little different.
He's still got Defiance on the back, but it looks like he has picked up another sponsor, and that's, if I'm looking at it right on the side, should be Rocket Racing setups there. Yep. Yep, Rocket Racing setup. Yep. He still got the Defiance on the back, so new sponsor for old Daniel there. And if you're not familiar with the Rocket Racing setups, it's basically the go check them out on Facebook. Definitely got setups out there to help you, you know, tackle the tracks here on iRacing.
And something that I forgot to mention earlier too is that if a driver here in the Truck Series is in the playoffs, they will have a blue banner on top of their windshield and also the blue spoiler.
Yep, that's right.
Totally just remembered that looking at Daniel right here.
What's a tie? Remember, there is a tie, and there's a tie for the position there in points. And right now, by him being back in 15th, not the run he wants tonight, especially with the run Jake's got going on. Remember, Jake is the one who we were just talking about it earlier. As you'll see the graph right there, folks. If Jake comes in, it's a tie between Eric, Jake, Shane, but Ty is right there in 4th, 1 point ahead of all those guys. So not the night he wants. You got, I mean, not too bad on Eric. Eric's right there in 13th in front of him. But Jake really is going to be the one jumping up there. Shane not really making too much moves here tonight. He's one position back behind Ty right now in 16th. Let's see, you've got an Elliott who is there in 8th. He's going to kind of just maintain consistent wise. Daniel Nanny definitely is going to push up. I'm going to say Daniel, if it keeps up what it is right now, is going to possibly come out of here with the lead. Now, Philip Bedford, who is leading and is really leading by 7 points. Back in 12th, he's been able to make some positions up. But still, the gap between him and Daniel would probably leapfrog Daniel over him in points. So we'll just have to see how that plays out as this one goes on. So in the cutoff line, you got Gavin, Austin, Hunter, Frederick right there. So let's see. Austin right now is doing a pretty good job, sitting in 7th. Gavin, unfortunately, back in 17th, so that one's tied. And then you got Frederick also, who's sitting in 10th. So out of that group, Austin is the one actually doing more than he needs. And we talk about pit stops. Right now, Phillip on pit road. So when will that bring in our leaders? Lucas Cram and Jake Miller.
I think Jake's doing a good job dotting his Q's and crossing his R's.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not the saying, but you know.
Hey, sounded good. And the thing, too, you got to look at is I think Jake here, and maybe at this point realizes, yeah, I've got myself into trouble a lot of races, but I could definitely bounce back with a good finish here tonight and still be in contention for this championship. He's not out of it. And just by getting to the next stage of the championship, that, you know, the round of 8 gives him new hope and to be there. So basically where we normally would see Jake trying to push that truck and just all out, I think right now he understands maybe Lucas is definitely faster because there's a 21-second gap between them. But coming out of here, even with a second place finish over Daniel and all those guys, is going to put Jake probably, I'm going to go out on a limb and say maybe 3rd in points. At least 4th. At least 4th. If it ended like it is now. So Definitely an excellent points night for him.
Yeah, it is, but slowly creeping up here is Daniel Nanny. Just eating. He's right behind him now.
3.5 seconds. Yeah, you get 3.5 seconds on it.
He's creeping.
I was looking at the lap times. Jake had a 128.1, a 128.11, to 126.88. So solid. Maybe not quite 2 seconds.
Second and a half.
Yeah.
Second, like 1.3, 1.4 seconds.
Yeah. It was definitely going to make some time up, but then again, I'm looking at the gap. It don't translate to a second and a half. There, it's a little bit better. He's running down. It was because he was staying within the 3.2 second range. Now he's at 2.8. I mean, if he keeps up this pace, Daniel's going to run him down. But still, either way, it's a good points night for Jake, and he needs it. He needs to come out of here with a good finish.
And another good night for Hunter too, sitting where he's at, because he is sitting below that cutoff line in 11th currently, and he has some ground to make up.
He does
on some of these guys.
So he needs a good finish tonight and in the next two races to get above that cutoff. But you're right, doing what he's doing there, even over Austin and Gavin, which is really going to help Hunter. Problems that Gavin's having tonight. Austin, though, was doing quite well there in 9th. But with Frederick still running in 8th, Hunter there could still make, it's going to make up some ground. But Shane having a bad night back in 15th. So it's kind of an up and down cycle. I said before, this race is a wild card race. It's one of these races where you kind of come in to an unknown, unless you're just really, really good at road course racing. It's one of these racetracks where it's like,
And I know Hunter is good at road course racing because he is the one that, unfortunately, at the Daytona road course was leading and spun in that last little chicane right before the start-finish line.
Yep.
So we know he's good. He's got it in him. And he's proven it here tonight with a good run here, holding down 4th place.
And maybe was looking forward to this one. Had this, race kind of checked off earlier in the season, saying, man, I'm looking forward to come back here because I had such a good run, like you said, in that road course at Daytona. So it was maybe one of these tracks where he's going, okay. So, with that said, he knows what's on the line to keep himself in the hunt for the championship. He's got to have a good finish tonight, and then keep that momentum rolling. And so he needs to go in the next two races, which are not bad tracks. Kansas and we got Kansas and we got Dover, then we got Kansas. So not too bad of tracks. Dover could be a little tricky, but it's still not a bad track. And then obviously puts us in the if he does make the round of 8, another track that he's probably checking off would be Watkins Glen, which is going to be in the second in the round 2 of the chase. So there we go. Another road course that he's looking forward to.
And you see that kind of stuff. Everyone has their niche. Some guys are good at short tracks, some guys are good at mile and a half, some guys are good at bigger speedways, some are good at road courses. And
yep.
Hunter falls into that road course one. To me, he does.
He does, yeah. I'll tell you what, pit stops here with about 13-12 to go, so basically they did split this in half. Jake's on pit road right now. He's short pitted Lucas, which is probably a good game plan to do if he's even going to try to make up time on Lucas on the track here. Daniel Nanning's still out, Hunter's out. We'll see how much of that short pit might help Jake or hurt him, because we know with green flag stops, if you're already behind, usually when the leader comes in, you're going to be even more behind. As you see Lucas coming in right now. Whoa that thing down on pit road, and obviously going to get 4 tires of fuel. And again, this is a crucial pit stop. You know, any little bit of mistake on pit road here could cost Lucas the race. So, you know, he's not totally out of the water, so he's got to make this stop the money stop here. And it looks good on pit road. Don't want to speed either.
No, not at all. And this is a good example right here of how spread out the field can get, especially in these road course races, because he just pitted from the lead and he's leaving pit road currently 3rd place.
Well, Daniel's yet to make his pit stop. Hunter's yet to make one. But now, really what you want to look at too is Jake. He came in, and that lead was, well, it was about 20 seconds, and it's still going to stay the same. So really, Jake did not gain anything by short pitting like you normally would, maybe on an oval or whatnot. But usually, you wouldn't see a 20-second lead in an oval, but it's happened before. But right now, really, Lucas, I think at this point, drive his own race. And curious to see when Daniel might come on pit road. Obviously, he's wanting to get some bonus points. Because if Daniel keeps on what he is here, he's going to come out here with the points lead. And folks, you got to look. He's going to come out with the points lead in the trucks and the cup. So, you know, can he be a... Did you see Hunter's coming in right there behind him? So can he come, can Daniel win championship? And we go back to, remember Elliott being in the booth with us there at Talladega right before the chase started. Daniel was not in the chase. He had to win to get in. And what did he do? He won in some wild fashion, sideways across the line. So go back and watch the Talladega finish. It was wild, folks. But Elliott even mentioned the one guy he was worried about coming into this chase was Daniel Nanning. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from any other competitors out there, but I think I see why. Because Daniel, one, being as fast as he is, he's very consistent also. And once he's getting very getting hot at the right time and knocking that momentum, and you can already see in the Cup Series, the fight that they're having over there in the points. Elliott's struggling over there now, and Daniel, even though he's had some hiccups last couple of races, which he came out strong, winning the first 2, even though he's had some hiccups, he's been able to bounce back and kind of put a band-aid on the wound, so it's, you know, kind of stop the bleeding as much as it would have been with those problems. So Elliott's words really were, he was really worried about when Daniel got in to the chase, and we can see why now.
And I remember when you were talking to Daniel after that Talladega race, he was talking about his new pedal setup.
Yes.
And he got, and how it seems to be working wonders for him.
You know, and you're right there, Alice. I mean, really, really quick on what you're saying is, you know, I talk about sim equipment a lot. The multitude of it is Chris Heller right here is running 6. There's a multitude of sim equipment out there that you can buy, folks, from anywhere between, you know, obviously belt gear to direct drive wheels, and it depends on how much money you want to spend. Your average is about $300 for a good wheel to start off with. You can go as high as $1,500, $2,000 for one. But pedals, I think, are is where you don't want to really cheap out on. Obviously, you know, a good Thrustmaster Logitech, you know, The next one with Fanatic, though, is probably more of your higher end line or whatnot. But even Logitech and Thrustmaster wheels, they come with pedals on them. And they do make load cell stuff, but I feel that Fanatic, and then you can even go one step above Fanatic, but Fanatic is probably is high end when it comes to pedal stuff, and their V3 style pedals in sim racing are top notch and have been for years and years. And you're looking at about a $400 set, roughly, give or take. But when he mentioned it makes a difference, he's probably mentioning the fact of, I don't know if he had a load cell break before, but if he went from not having one-to-one now, then that is night and day, and it's huge. And then obviously if his other pedal set was wearing out, with the gas pedal, it could have been, input-wise and stuff like that. So equipment normally sometimes doesn't make you a fast person, but it can make you a consistent person. And it definitely will help because it's been proven. I mean, even guys with high-end direct drive wheels, some are no faster than what a guy with a regular wheelbase is. So it looks like William Barb has spun. Let's go back on a replay and see what happened to him. He's side by side with Sam right there. Not a place you want to be side by side. And yeah, a little bit of contact.
Yeah, just a touch.
Well, it's not a place you want to be side by side in. Going into that chicane, that they call it. We've seen guys, drive it in there, but it's not advised at that point. There are a lot of guys out tonight.
Ooh, that's a nice little boo-boo.
Yeah, like hit a pole.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It looks like it wraps pretty good.
Hey, it's back in a pole somewhere or something. So now he's got him and Sam mixed up a little bit because they both got the mouse on the hood, and I don't know. Is Gavin teammates with Sam? Huh? I don't think so. Huh. Well, they're both running a similar mouse. One of them's got something on the back there. I can't really. His mouse reads something right now. Somebody's punched him in the mouth, but. What is it? Giant Tiger. I think that's what it says. Oh man, Brian Fitz, Ty, unfortunately wrecking, so let's go back here and watch. So we talk about the points. This is not the night Ty wants. He comes in and just overdrove, turning and punched in the wall. Gonna have to use some snap-on tools to get that one done. So not the night that Ty's wanting. Coming into the point, points-wise here. I think it's probably a race right now. He's probably going, can we just get it over with?
As now we're looking at Daniel Lenny, who took that second place spot away from Jake Miller. And he's got his buddy right there. Who is that, David? No. Who am I thinking of right there?
That's Daniel right there.
Yeah, that's Daniel. But who's there in that Defiance truck? The normal Defiance truck. Is that a 6? Yeah, that's a 6.
Hunter.
That's...
Well, no. 6 machine.
Yeah, right behind Jake and Hunter. It's
David.
a lap. It's a lap truck.
David.
Yeah. But now Hunter's here with Jake. This could definitely help Hunter out even more too, in his point situation. Jake's already getting some good points where he's at. So Hunter's helping his case. Daniel's striving for that lead, which I think he's going to come out with, like you were talking about. This will be a good jump for Hunter too, because some of those guys that he's battling with right now, back down in 11th place in the point standings, definitely could help him.
Oh, yeah.
Separate himself a little bit.
I mean, and still, even with Jake here in 4th, is he's going to come out here with a good points night. So, but look at Hunter. Hunter going around Daniel. So, what Hunter's found all of a sudden. But remember, we were talking about him being a road racing expert. He doesn't have enough time to run down Lucas. Lucas is pretty much going to have to just get it. But right there, and Hunter blinked. Now we're back. Look at iRacing wanting to give us a pain here.
Yeah, she's definitely making us fight for it tonight.
Yeah, no doubt.
So is it that Hunter found some new speed, or that Daniel, Nanny, and them slowed down a little bit?
You know what? I have no clue, but either way, I mean, Hunter is definitely picking the pace up.
Ooh, a bunch of things going on with iRacing right now.
Yeah. Apologize, folks.
Oof,
We're
just
coming
a
down
bunch
the
of
closing
stuff
laps
happening.
here. Just out front.
Yeah.
You should take the white flag here soon. Jake's been able to make it back around Daniel. Like Daniel popped the wall somewhere.
Making things a little squirrely.
Yeah. So allowed him to Daniel got into the wall. It's allowed Jake to get back in front of him there.
That explains things a little bit.
It's a new perspective on it. I'll tell you what, I don't know where Hunter's found the speed, but he probably is thinking, I wish I'd have found it maybe 20, 30 laps ago. So I think he could have gave Lucas a run for his money up front. But I mean, Lucas has been on point all night long.
This guy has been checked out the whole race.
White flag, one more time for him. Jake's right there in third. Hunter's going to hang on too far to second. He's probably having deja vu to race back at Daytona. I'm leading it. I got it. Last chicane turn. Messed it all up. That was during that Elliott Henderson win streak, too. I mean,
it was. Yeah, earlier in the season, Elliott hit that six race win streak in a row. I mean, that was crazy.
Oh yeah.
It was like we should have got the guy a frequent flyers card for being up here with us after the race. I mean,
the final time here for Lucas Cram. He's going into the chicane part here. Looks very smooth coming in and out of it. Gonna hit the high banks here. I think that's turn 3 and 4. Yep, 3 and 4. He's coming out. He should hit one more chicane. A little small chicane anyways. And Lucas Cram gonna be the winner here tonight. Nice run by him. Watch Hunter here. He's coming down. Second place man. It just brings
now that
into
was
the
a
final
big
one.
lead.
That was, yeah.
Because he's just coming into turn 3 and 4 right here.
About 30 seconds.
Oof. That is a big old lead.
Well, he comes out of the last chicane there. Jake's not going to be able to catch him. Hunter's going to hang on to second. Jake's going to come home in third here tonight. So that man right there, Lucas Cram, he did everything he needed to do tonight. I mean, wow, good run by him.
And that it was. Hunter definitely keeping it under wraps that last chicane this time around, making it work out. And Jake coming through with a strong race as well. Set himself up with some good points for tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see if we can get a couple of these guys up here and get a word with them. Got Lucas up here already, Hunter. If we can't find Jake. There, Jake. We have third place man, Jake. Let's get a word with him.
Yo, Jake, it's your boy Alex up at the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
What's good, my dude? Pretty strong race here tonight. Set yourself up with some good points. How you feeling?
I feel like we had a second place truck. Lucas was pretty quick, but we had engine damage there.
Well, that'll definitely attribute to it a little bit. So coming there at the end, looked like Daniel passed you, and then he got in a little fender bender with the wall, it looked like, or something, hit something. And you think you could have caught up to Hunter right there, pick up that second place spot?
Yeah, I was definitely a little quicker than him, even with the engine damage, but it definitely didn't help with the engine damage, of course. But yeah, I think I could have got him with a couple more laps.
Yeah, man, and making that, I mean, Joe and I kept talking about it. This is we like to call it a wild card race, pretty much just to survive it. And you did a pretty good job. How are you feeling coming into the race? I mean, you started on the pole. Looked like you had a pretty good short run truck too. And then once it got towards those longer runs, Lucas just went to ludicrous speed or something.
Yeah, I actually just got Fanatec pedals like 2 weeks ago, so that's definitely improvement from my plastic pedals, so that made me a little faster, but always been good at the road courses. I've won the Watkins Glen in this this league before, so I'm very confident at road courses. So I was definitely coming in thinking I was a top 3 truck.
And that you were proving it again here tonight, how well the road course went for you. So good points night for you too, man. Should set you up a little bit of a separation between who you got. You got Eric Kepf and Shane Neiswanger. Get a nice little separation up there, get you a little bit higher. Anybody you want to give a shout out to or thank for this nice race and good finish here?
Yeah, my Uncle Ron, because he's probably sitting in here laughing at my interview, and he always watches all the races.
Alrighty, man. Well, good to have you up here with us again, man. Congratulations, third place finish, getting yourself some nice points here at the Roval.
Thank you.
There we go, Jake coming home tonight with a good finish. Like I said, needed that in the points wise here. But second place man, Hunter, get a word with him.
Hey, Hunter, it's Alex up at the booth. You got me?
I got you.
Hey, man, so making it work this time. I know last time we were at a road course here in the truck series, there was a little bit of a incident, and you held it down this time, man. You just like road courses or what, man?
I think I've just been always pretty good at them. I mean, it's always been one of my favorite racetracks, other than I like them short tracks. But yeah, I just like how these races run. It's a little bit different outside of everybody's comfort zone, but I think I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, dude. And, I mean, you're pretty good and consistent, Adam. I mean, you had the Daytona road course earlier in the season, which we all know what happened, and then you're coming again here, bouncing back this time. Joe was talking about it. He was like, you might have put a little check mark next to here, knowing that you like these races and you're pretty good at them. And you definitely showed up tonight, man, with a strong second place finish here. Did you think if you turned on the jets a little earlier, you might have caught Lucas, or you think he was just too far gone?
I think that man was just flying nowhere. I don't think anybody really could keep up with him. I was trying to, early in that run, try and save my stuff up, but then I just realized how much time I was kind of losing and couldn't gain back. So that's why that second run I was trying to hold my ground, able to bring it home. I know Nanny got into an accident there with like 4-3 to go, and it caused him to get engine damage, so he fell out of the top 3, and then Jake just had engine damage as well. So I was able to capitalize on their issues, and I was able to bring it home second.
Yeah, you were, man. Definitely picking up some very good points for you. Currently sitting in 11th coming into this race. That should get you some good points to get up there, man. Definitely separating yourself from some of these guys. Giving you a nice bump up there to get closer into contention before the cutoff after the next 2 races after tonight, man. Anybody you want to give a shout out to, thank for this strong second place finish and nice points finish here tonight?
Yeah, shout out to Lucas for 100% win rate. This was his first race, and he goes out there and wins it. Thanks to everybody who believes in me and putting up these good finishes, and you too for broadcasting these races.
Awesome, man. Well, good to have you up here, man. Definitely like to see the road course redemption race work out well for you. I call it the redemption race. That's just a me thing, man. But good to have you up here, man. Congratulations again on your second place finish, getting yourself some nice points here. Glad to have you up here with us.
There we go, Hunter coming home in second. Like I said, just been able to bounce back and do very well. So, well, the man here, Lucas, he dominated. Lucas, join the booth, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, you came out here. I guess it's an understatement, but do you like the road courses?
Specifically this one, yes. This is probably one of my favorite tracks, honestly, in iRacing. Actually, I applied a couple weeks ago, and I guess they saw it and they accepted me this week. I just so happened to be the Roval, but I saw the list of tracks up in a row, and I thought it'd be really fun to kind of come here with my teammate Elliot and just try to have some fun in the race, and definitely was that tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, you came out here, clean race there, looked dominant throughout. Kind of smooth on a track like here in the Roval, you know, we kind of call, you know, Alex out there, it's more like a fabricated style road course. Is new to the series. There we go. So, but I mean, I tell you what, is this kind of setting up something maybe for next season here, running for the championship?
Maybe. You know, I'm not really sure. I honestly just kind of jumped in here and I got accepted, joined the Discord, and ran a race, and it was fun. So yeah, I definitely have to come back maybe, do the rest of the season potentially, and just kind of see what happens from there. But I definitely had a lot of fun there tonight battling with Jake, and it was definitely fun. He was quicker on the short run, but I got to save my tires a little better for towards the middle part of a run, get a rack around him.
Well, you talk about you came in tonight because you really enjoyed the Roval side of things. Now we've got like you know, Dover and Kansas, which are you know, your typical oval style races. Now maybe that will put the test for you to see just how well you compete against a lot of the other guys. If maybe you're going to come back next week at Dover.
Absolutely. Dover is also one of my favorite tracks, so I really enjoyed Bristol too. It was a little bit unfortunate I couldn't race that last week, but I definitely like Dover a lot. Kansas probably ain't one of my favorites, but I know like Atlanta and Iowa and whatnot left from the schedule, so definitely a ton of fun to try to race these guys over there.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, you came out here, dominated tonight, put in a good victory lane and a good race here at the Roval. You got anybody you want to thank for it?
Yeah,
and I like your jump right there. Good Dukes of Hazzard move. we just saw it.
Huge shout out to Samuel for accepting me into the league a couple days ago, I believe now, and huge shout out to Elliot, my teammate, everybody on Cleveland Sport, currently racing the Coke Series right now as well. So I'm going to head over and watch that right after this. But huge shout out to Jake Miller that raced it fun. Everybody who kind of gave way. I guess there's a lot of lap cars that just kind of move out of the way and made things pretty easy for me out front. So huge thank you to them, and looking forward to next week.
Absolutely. I tell you what, you did an outstanding job tonight, like you said. Put it in victory lane again. Lucas there, congratulations on that win tonight.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
There we go. Lucas Cram, man, putting it in there. He that was so funny there. I like that jump he did. So we'll give him a big textbook on that one there. Nice leap. But Alex, I tell you, the points are definitely going to shake up a little bit going into next week at Dover, and it's going to get hot and heavy. Who's going to get into that round of 8 coming in about 2 weeks? That's something that's going to be a talking point for us there as the coming weeks. But good race here at the Roval.
Yeah, it was, man. And definitely, like you just said, I think next week and the week after are going to get a little bit intense. Seeing some of these guys want to squeak in to get in that top 8 to fight for that championship. But a super clean race here, man. Always like to see it. Always like to see some points get shaken up, just like we did at the other road course race at Sonoma in the Cup Series. Definitely happened again here at the Roval here, the Truck Series. So I'm just chilling, man. This was a great race.
Absolutely. So we're going to leave here the Roval. It's definitely going to be interesting as the chase is starting to heat up now here as we're getting very close to that cutoff of the round of 16 to the round of 8. Well, for myself and everyone, hope you all have a good night.